Hey everybody, I'm here with Tea Party Patriots leader Jenny Beth Martin. Thank you for joining us today. Great turnout you have here.
Thank you.
Here's what I want to ask you. Over the last couple of weeks, there's been a very noticeable decline in reports on the IRS scandal in the mainstream media. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that, well, first, there have been so many scandals that have bubbled up that I will give them a little bit of leeway and say they've had a lot of news to cover. But I think they understand that this particular scandal is one that resonates so deeply with Americans that if they like a more large government, maybe they don't want to show that the government, when it's too big and too powerful, how out of control it can really be.
So you think it may be intentional, that they're actually ignoring this because they don't like stories that make government look bad, in particular the administration?
It could be. I don't know what motivates the media. What I do know is that you can clearly see there has been a decrease in the amount of attention, and that's one reason why we did this event today. We want to make sure that the media understands we're not going away and we are paying attention.
What are you going to do over the next couple weeks, months to make sure this story stays in the news, gets back in the headlines?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to launch an educational campaign. We're going to get the real stories of the Americans who were affected by the scandal out there. We're going to show the people like retired Lieutenant Colonel Rick Moreland, who graduated from West Point, was in the Army Cavalry, is a VA surgeon, that he founded a group in New Mexico and that group was targeted. There's a young man in Ohio who was called out by name on an application from a group he wasn't even associated with, Justin Bennett Thomas. These are real Americans that had a chilling effect on people across this country, and we're going to get the real stories out. And the ones like the content of the prayer, people need to understand exactly how deep this went and who the faces are behind it. And then as Americans understand that, we're going to show how out of control and too big and powerful this government is.
This administration has a lot of power to trample down stories. They have a very media
so
that's really well liked. Do you have faith in your heart that the truth is going to come out about this and that we're finally going to find out what happened in the IRS?
I think that the members of Congress are going to continue to investigate. I have faith that the people who are standing out here today are not going to let this go away. And I have faith in the Americans across this country. And because of that, I think that we can do more to hold Congress accountable and also to work around the media. If they're not going to expose it, then we'll take it to the streets ourselves and make sure people understand what's going on. If it won't be in the mainstream media, we'll go to the local media. But we're going to keep getting these stories out there. They're important.